I'm a psychic medium. I'm also a tarot and oracle card reader. I'm also a channeler, and I am the founder of Tarot Unicorns and Coffee. This event is also cross-hosted on Awkwardly Zen, which is another group that I am heavily associated with. I'm on the lead team of Awkwardly Zen. So however you found me, whether it was by Awkwardly Zen or Tarot Unicorns and Coffee or a post on Facebook, I am glad you are here. I welcome you into the Tarot Unicorns and Coffee community, and hopefully you will make sure you are following me on all the socials and whatnot. I know once things get settled in the room, Jacqueline will put some links over in the chat where you can follow me on my socials. Why would you want to follow me, especially if it's your first time? Well, let me tell you, I'm so glad you asked, because I'm changing a lot of things in 2026. Not a lot of things. I'm changing a few things in 2026, and you want to make sure you're on the right side of the fence. I don't know why I said that. You want to make sure you're in the know, so that you can follow me when things switch up. I'll be changing some of my social media handles and changing different ways I show up. And so you want to make sure you are on my newsletter so that when those changes take place, you know where to still find me. Blessings to you as well, Daryl. So glad you're here. Last Monday of the year. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? Did you make it through all 52 Mondays with your senses still intact? Maybe, sort of, kind of. Okay, well, mostly here. Enough senses to make it to this Monday. All right, so for these events, I do a Tarot and Oracle card pull. We'll start with Tarot cards and we'll move into Oracle cards. And then as time permits, I'll do one card pulls for those that Spirit leads me to pull for. And then we will wrap up with an energy activation, which is just a short kind of guided meditation where we call in the energies that are going to best support us for this week. With that being said, if you want to make sure you get a one card individual pull for yourself going into the new year, make sure you come back and join me on New Year's Eve. We're doing a two-hour event on New Year's Eve. It's early enough in the day so that y'all can still party at night. And at that event, we talk about giving gratitude to 2025, of course, but we also talk about the Tarot card for the year for 2026. So this is the collective card for everyone for 2026. And then I show you how to find your personal Tarot card of the year, which is based on your birth date. So you can take those two cards together and kind of get a big general overview of what your 2026 might bring to you. We're also going to talk a little bit about the Chinese New Year, even though it's not here yet. It's going to be the year of the fire horse. And that ties in perfectly with all of the numerology. So we'll talk a lot about numerology, tarot, and what to look forward to in 2026 during the beginning, say 20 minutes or so of the event. And then we'll get into the one card pulls. Everyone present gets a one card pull. It is meant to be a general one card to get your 2026 started out right. If you would like a more in-depth reading, an in-depth look at your 2026, we can go month by month, quarter by quarter. We go month by month, and then we go back and we do all the quarters. It's a very in-depth, about an hour and a half reading. You can book those on my site now. They're called the year ahead readings. If you're like, I don't know, I kind of want something in between. I don't know if I need a whole year ahead reading. I got you. I got the report that's going to give you your card. I'll calculate it for you. The year card, it's going to combine those two. I'll give you an interpretation of what those two cards mean together for your year ahead. And then I'll also give you a little channeled message, and that can be sent by email for $26. All of that is available on my website. But let's talk about what Spirit says for this week, this last beautiful week of closing out December and going into the new year. What guidance do you have for us, Spirit? I am pulling tarot cards right now. I'm also trying to adjust my screen because I cannot see your big, beautiful faces, and I do like to see you all. There we go. The deck that I'm pulling from today, we're starting with Oracle cards, and I'm going with Crystal Unicorn Tarot by Pamela Chen. That's Crystal Unicorn Tarot. To get those shuffled. Spirit, what do we need to know for this week? Closing out the year, welcoming in the new year. I'm hearing a message from Spirit already, and I'm chuckling because I'm like, is that message for me, Spirit? Are you riding my ass, or do you want me to share that message with the group? I'm gonna share it with the group. And Spirit is also riding my ass. Spirit is saying, have you checked your gratitude yet? And it's a divine masculine. One of my spirit guides is divine masculine. Said it in a very sarcastic tone to tell me that I could be even more grateful. So I have been spending these last couple of weeks reflecting where I can, showing gratitude where I can, but I do it in quick little bursts. Like, I'm thinking about it, so I do it. Apparently, Spirit wants me to really slow down and review my year, so I'm going to pass that on to this group because I feel like we could all benefit from that. So maybe more than those quick little, let me be grateful for 2 minutes. Maybe we could spend 15 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour in meditation to close out this year, just reflecting on the things we are truly grateful for. Yes, I hear you, Spirit. Yes, I will do that as well. So we've got 5 cards for, excuse me, 5 cards from the Crystal Unicorn Tarot. Give me just a minute to kind of look these over. Whoa. I feel like I didn't even shuffle this deck, but I did. Y'all saw me shuffling. All right. We've got lots of wands. Lots of wands. The energy that I'm getting before I'll get into the individual cards, with it starting out 3 wands, we have 3 wands as for cards 1, 2, and 3. Wands to me is fire energy. I just said we're going into the year fire horse. That makes sense. But wands to me is fire energy, and fire energy often is that idea of personal power. It's that idea of what inspires us internally. It can mean externally, but right now for this reading, I'm getting internal. What sparks us? There might be a spark inside that's been long ago left alone and not tended to, and now it's just kind of a glowing ember. And it's asking us to find that spark, find that little glowing ember, that tiny little light that we've neglected for a while. Find it, blow some air on it, get it going again. Get it, maybe we can get it to a spark. If it's just a glowing ember, maybe we can get it to spark status. And maybe if it's a spark, we can get it to fire status. But what is it within us that inspires us? What is that thing that makes us us? What's your Marikai? What makes you uniquely yourself? What gifts, talents, skills have you not had enough time to look into, not had enough time to be curious about? Or is that something that you could fan into a fire? What about that thing that gets you out of bed in the morning? For me, it's coffee. But what about that internal thing that gets you out of bed in the morning, the thing that makes you want to face your day? Please don't say, well, I have a job and I have to go to work, so that's what gets me out of bed in the morning. Please say there's more to it than that. Please. Maybe there's a person on your commute that makes you smile in the morning, somebody you greet in the morning that you look forward to. Find something that is truly important to you in your day. With all of this fire energy coming in at the beginning of this week's reading, if we could focus on where is the fire in our lives, and if you don't have fire in your life, it's time to start that fire. It's time to light something up, to get something glowing and going for this year ahead. So focus on that. Feeding my cat, that's what gets you out of bed in the morning. Yeah, I can get that. I get that. But something internal. What is that internal thing that makes you want to live life, that makes you want to be you, that makes you want to open your eyes and say, all right, I'll do it again. I'll try another day. What is that? Find that and see if you can expand it into something more. So first card, we have Ace of Wands. Fresh new start, new beginning, aces, wands. I already talked a lot about what wands energy is. Ace of Wands. I like the tarot always shows the aces as a hand reaching out from the clouds, which can be interpreted in many different ways. I interpret it as some in divine energy, spirit, perhaps, reaching out, reaching down into our mortal lives and gifting us something. What is it gifting us? Well, we talked about Wands energy. Some gift in the realm of wands is what is going to be gifted to us, presented to us, brought into our awareness this week and early this week because it's our first card. So can we be on the lookout for it? Can we be on the lookout for inspiration, creativity, something that says, ooh, this is for me. This is all about me. And I feel like we're leaning more towards awareness. Yes, I know we would all like spirit to just reach down out of the clouds and literally tell us what the hell we're supposed to be doing with our life and label our purpose and tell us how long we have to be on purpose and all of those things. It's not that easy. This feels like it's going to be a gift of awareness, which means it's already something that you have availability. It's already something that is in your life. You're just maybe looking at it and not aware that that's the thing you've been asking for. Or maybe you're looking at it in total confusion and not sure how this fits into the bigger picture that you have for yourself. So what you're going to be given this week and pretty early on this week is a greater sense of awareness. You might be looking at the same thing and all of a sudden it takes on a new meaning for you. Look, somebody's already getting it. Somebody's already noticed that. You might be looking at the same thing and suddenly it's taking on a new meaning for you. And now you know where it goes in your life and you kind of know what to do. Great. That's this Ace of Wands energy. Or you might just be more aware of, oh my God, I didn't even realize that friend also knew how to work on cars. And I've been needing my car fixed for 2 weeks. It could be something subtle like that. It's always been in your life. You just didn't know it was there. And it happens to be something that you need or something that you've been asking for. So Ace of Wands, look for a greater awareness. Then we go into Two of Wands. I like that shine. I don't really see the shine when I look at the card, but I see it when I hold it up to the camera. Anyway, Two of Wands. So we go right from the Ace to the Two. I did shuffle these cards. So it's very significant to me when out of 78 cards, they appear sequentially in order after a shuffle. So Ace right into a Two, what I'm getting from that is that we're going to be rapidly progressing. We're not going to be sitting by Thursday still talking about where's my inspiration. I didn't get it on Monday. It's going to be pretty rapid. I already saw some people nodding their heads, which tells me it probably came in for you and you're already in that energy. But even if you have not received it yet, it's going to be pretty rapid from an Ace to a Two right away, boom, boom, because the Two is about making a decision, which means if we have something to decide upon, something new must have presented itself to us. So this is coming in quick because then we're moving right into, now I need to make a decision about it. The Two of Wands, when it comes to decision making, this cute unicorn is dressed for travel, about to embark on something new, about to explore perhaps. Is it a travel with itinerary or is it just a wandering kind of, I want to see what's out there? And the choice that the unicorn has to make is, do I stay where everything is stable and known? And maybe it's not secure, but at least it's known. How many of you have gotten real comfortable with not having, because at least that feels safe, because at least you understand what that feels like and what to do with it? Okay, that's choice number one. Choice number two is, do I explore the unknown? Do I put on my walking jacket and get out there and explore something new? Maybe I kind of know where I'm going, but it still feels very unknown. Those are your choices. When this card comes up for me, this card often comes up in a, it doesn't matter. Nobody's going to scold you or tell you you're missing the boat if you don't choose the new thing. If you stay with what's comfortable and stable, that's up to you. You'll know. You already know. You already know. As soon as I said it, you already know which way you're pulling. But you're going to argue for staying comfortable. She said I could stay. Wait, she said psychic on the internet, because I know that's what y'all base all y'all's major life decisions on. A psychic on the internet said I could stay comfortable. And you're going to start arguing for that comfort, even though you already know you're leaning towards making that choice of exploration. Don't argue. Sit and let whichever choice feels most natural to you be the choice that you take. And then line up with it. If y'all know anything about me, you know that I always talk about make the decision and then line up with it. If you make the decision and 5 minutes later you immediately start to waffle and second guess and you didn't make a decision, or you made a decision for 2 seconds. But don't tell me later on in the day that you made a decision, because no, you didn't, because you immediately took it back and started guessing on it. Make a decision with this Two of Wands early on in the week and line up with it. If you say, I'm going to explore that new thing, I'm going to dust off the Amazon package that was delivered 3 weeks ago, that was new, the new hobby that I said I was going to start in 2026, and I haven't even opened the package yet. I'm going to explore that new thing, then line up with that decision. Open the package, take it as far as you can go. Line up with whatever decision you make early on in this week. That looks like is no second guessing. If you are prone to second guessing and not being able to make a solid, committed decision, raise your hand, Valorie. Then here's a trick that has been working for me. Tell yourself a certain time frame in which you will not wobble. I will make a decision on Monday, and for the next 7 days, I will stick to this decision. And then check in again on day 8. You have permission to change the decision if it didn't turn out the way, but I guarantee you, it's been working for me. I don't make it to day 8 and want to change my decision. It's a matter of telling yourself, I only have to stick with this for a week instead of the rest of my life. That makes it easier for you to stick with. Make a decision and line up with it. That's your message for the Two of Wands. Then we go into the Knight of Wands. Couldn't have picked better cards if I tried. Spirit picked these cards, even though I shuffled. You're getting something new in your awareness. Make a decision. All right, I made the decision. Now what? I get to rest? No. Now, Knight of Wands, action. Move into action on that decision. Move into action on applying whatever came in with this new awareness, with the decision that you made. Move into action immediately. And that's why I said when I looked down at these cards before, I told you what they were. It's all Wands energy too. Wands is fire. Wands is action in action, even if we haven't pulled an action card. And we pulled an action card. You pulled an action in action in action card. Y'all are not going to sit and be casual about closing out this year and moving into the next year. I don't know what y'all had planned, but Spirit has something else planned for you. Spirit is saying, I need you to actively step out of this year and into the next year. I don't want you in observing mode too much. I want you to do active something that's going to close out this year for you and move you into the next year. We've already talked about a lot of ways you can do that. If none of those ways resonate with you, make up your own ritual. Make up your own ceremony. Make up your own, I'm going to spend 5, 6, 10, 30 minutes intentionally closing out the old year and calling in the new year. And make it something fun. Maybe you play your favorite song from 2025 and you rock out to it for 5 solid minutes. And you say goodbye to 2025. It doesn't have to be some big enchanted ritual with crystals and pendulums. It can be something fun. But 3 cards of Wands, this is action. Do something active to close out your 2025. Make sure some gratitude is in there if you want Spirit to kind of amp up your 2026. And that's the last thing I'm going to say about this Knight. I didn't go into a lot of detail on this, but this Knight of Wands is definitely asking you to take some kind of action. And that action is going to be in line with the Ace and the 2. All right. Oh, somebody's already felt that movement, that energy. Shirley, I love it. Congrats. Congrats on that move. Shirley made a decision, for those of y'all watching on YouTube, Shirley made a decision to go back into something after 30 years, and she just attended her first class. So way to go. What comes next after all of the action of the first of the week? Interestingly enough, if my calendar and my brain serve me correctly, and I think they do, if we count this as Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, then we have the 29th. Today is the 29th. Yeah, we have the 29th, the 30th, and the 31st. So those 3 Wands cards could be us closing out 2025, with 2026 starting with cards 4 and 5. And guess what the 4th card is? It's our first major arcana of the week, and it is the Star card. I have been pulling the star card a lot in one-on-one readings. So this might be a recurring theme for many of us, not just for the few that I have already gotten the reading on this one, but the star card. So with this being the start of 2026, after we just had all of that action, the star card for me is the card that says I get to rest for a little bit. I'm going to go to water's edge. I'm going to fill my pitchers. I'm going to take a drink. I'm going to sit down. I'm going to rejuvenate myself. I'm going to find my hope again. The star card is a lot about hope, kind of like looking to the stars, making a wish, that kind of idea. But this hope hits different. I don't know about y'all, but when I've set intentions or felt hopeful or been looking forward to something over these last couple of weeks, the energy of it is different. For me personally, it feels more supported. Now, I can say that's because of all the work that I've done in 2025, and it is. I'm going to pat myself on the back a little bit for that. But it's also the energy of the collective. It's also the energy on the planet at this time that just in general feels more supportive. So this hope card, if you have ever hoped to hope a hope this week, it is very supported. The energy of it is very conducive to, let's not just make some big fanciful hope, but once you put that out into the universe, let things come to you that are going to feel like support for that. An idea, a resource, a skill you need to make that actually come true. Makes sense that that energy, that star card is going to come to us on the first, on the beginning, opening up the new year, saying, what do you hope for? What do you wish for? The star card also shows a lot of balance, the water pouring out into water, the water pouring out onto ground. There's a lot of balance represented in the card. There's just a lot of hope in this card. I want to see what this author says about this card. I do like to see what they say about the major arcana. You are entering a loving, inspired phase in your life. All is crystal clear and calm, like the soothing energy of the turquoise crystal. Trust in yourself and what you can manifest. Ooh, what a beautiful message. What a beautiful fucking message for the first of the year. Trust in yourself and what you can manifest. Listen to your intuition. Clarity, inspiration, and hope. And then Friday, I guess this would be Friday's card. We have the King of Cups, divine mastery, masculine energy, action again. Receiving would be the Queen. Taking action on our intuition, because Cups is water energy. Cups is intuition. Cups is spiritual connection. Cups is also emotions. But what I'm picking up from this card is the water energy of psychic connections, intuition, spiritual connection. Think your spirit guides, your spirit animals, psychic messaging. Anything that you think of when you think of spiritual connection is going to be heightened at the end of the week after you have rested. This star card is also a chance to reconnect. I talked about the resting, rejuvenating yourself, refreshing yourself, hopeful, being hopeful, but it's also a chance to reconnect spiritually. I mean, it is a star, which makes us think celestial bodies. So between the two of these energies, resting first, reconnecting, and then you are in this strong connection, this strong spiritual connection with the King of Cups. And it's the King. So it's asking you, what are you going to do with that connection? This feels more, the doing feels less like an action you need to take in the physical world, less like a, I'm going to meditate action, and more like a, I'm going to be in a meditative state. I know there's a very, very slight nuance, and maybe it doesn't make sense the way I said it, but the action that the King of Cups is referring to is more of a state of being. Like, what action do I need to take to put myself in the state of being I want to be in opening this new year? And less like a, what are the things I need to do and the vision board I need to create and the checkbox I need to check. It's less of that kind of action. And it's more of the action of being, claiming, accepting, that kind of action. So that's our week in tarot. Let's see. Just checking real quick. Oh, somebody got a black obsidian for scrying. I love that. I have a black obsidian for scrying too. I haven't used it much for scrying, but I do have one. All right, so that's our tarot cards. Let's move on. What do we need to do here? I still feel like we're pretty good with time. So we're going to move on to oracle cards. I'm going to go with Kyle Gray's Keeper of the Light for our first deck of oracle cards. And see, Spirit, what do we need to know as keepers of the light? Because if y'all are here listening, you are a keeper of the light. Thank you. Thank you for the work you're doing out in this crazy world. As keepers of the light, Spirit, what do we need to know for this week? Saint Germain is the keeper of the light we got. And his little tagline, I guess you would say, is karma releasing. And it says move, move beyond drama. Okay, which one of y'all were some drama shit starters in 2025? Because Spirit is saying leave that in 2025. Move beyond drama. Create your own path. Make room for good energy. Have you been calling in good energy to your life and still clinging on to the energy that's there, meaning you have no room for the good energy? Make room for the good energy. Create your own path. 2026 is definitely the year to create your own path. Are there blueprints and 30-day challenges and sign up for my what? Yes, I'll probably be putting out some webinars just like that in 2026. Is all of that stuff out there? Absolutely. If it helps you, go for it. If it makes you joyful, go for it. But I'm telling you, I have been feeling this energy for months now. Creating your own path is going to be a huge theme for 2026. Which means, yes, you can listen to someone say, this is how I did it, but you need to take that information and make it your own. It is going to be imperative that as light workers, we are in community, and yes, we learn from other light workers, but we do not step in the exact same steps that they did. We do not do it the exact same way that they did it, because we are light workers for a reason, which means we all have a unique way of being in this world. And boy, oh boy, is 2026 asking us to shine our light in our unique way. 2026 is saying, I don't want everyone holding up a fluorescent yellow light. I want you to hold up your own unique light so the people that need that specific infrared frequency can find it. If you are following along with someone and it feels good, keep doing that, but make sure you are taking what they're teaching you and making it your own and walking in your own unique way. Create your own path. Let me get off that one because I've been on that one for a minute, but I feel that energy strongly. And then move beyond drama was the first little thing underneath this person. Let's see, Saint Germain. I'm looking for the full message now. Karma releasing. Let's see. The message, karma is the spiritual law of cause and effect. We experience many levels of karma. Some we inherit from our family and some from the people we keep helping out of the problems they keep creating. Ooh. Saint Germain is here now to clear your energy so that you no longer have the weight of the world or your loved one's world on your shoulders. I feel like that is speaking specifically to many of us. Be aware that an old pattern is leaving your life and creating space for something more loving to enter. Something more loving might feel like self-care, might feel like just, oh my God, I can breathe now. I haven't been able to breathe in years. Might feel like relief. Doesn't have to be big cloud parting harps from the sky. It can feel like the first time you've been able to settle in and relax for a good night's sleep without having to worry about XYZ or a family member or some responsibility that wasn't really yours to begin with. Old pattern is leaving your life and creating space for something more loving to enter. Visualize yourself surrounded by fiery, there's that fire again, by a fiery violet cloak, kind of like that, to release all the karma you no longer need. Purple's my favorite color. So imagine that you have a purple flaming cloak that you're going to put on this Monday. Maybe you want to do it now. You're going to metaphorically wear it throughout the week. And this is going to be the week that you burn away all of the karma, release all of the things that are not yours to carry into 2026. So anytime you feel any lack of clarity, put that cloak on and let it burn away what you don't need to carry into 2026. Lack of clarity usually means fragmented energy, usually means you're doing too much. So what do you not want to carry into 2026? 2026 is going to be a great year walking my own path finally, which takes the weight of the world off me. I love that comment over in chat. I love it. Okay. Speaking of fire, I have Dragon Path Oracle. Ian. Someone over in chat said this card is most certainly resonating for me. Dragon is too. Ian, do I know you, Ian? I feel like I know that name. Hi, Ian. I didn't recognize the picture, but I don't have my glasses on. Hi, Ian. I haven't seen you in a while. All right, Dragon Path. Oh, couldn't have been a better fucking card. I love it when spirit backs me up. The word is emergence. That makes sense for New Year. There you are on camera. Yes, I know that face. Hi, Ian. The word is emergence. Card 11. One moment. I'm looking for it. Oh, oh my gosh. It's hiding in here. You're responsible for your life, your behavior, and your experiences, and more importantly, how you react to them. That's the dragon's quote. Let's get into the dragon's message. Sometimes, as spiritual beings, we find our human experience on earth can be quite tough. No, this must be the wrong book. Humans being a tough life. That's crazy. Everyone's life here is easy, right? Raise your hand if you've had an easy peasy lemon squeezy life since the moment you were born. No hands? All right. Listen to the wisdom of emergence as he says, quote, it's time to reflect. You need to take stock of what you value and what is important to you. We talked about that. We talked about that as a way of being grateful for 2025. Contemplation and quietness are required. Your experiences may have been vexing. It is unwise to dwell on them, but you can learn from them. Understand those you need to remember and let all others go. We keep getting that message to let people go. And y'all keep saying, but it's my mama. And y'all keep on going into every year stressing about shit. Did it say only let the people go that you're not related to? Only let the people go that you didn't make promises to 20 years ago? Only let certain, no, it said, let all others go. So Spirit is very clearly saying, you've been asking me for clarity, relief, less stress, no anxiety. I've been telling you how to get there. and you've been arguing with me. Spirit doesn't give a fuck if you argue with it. Go ahead. Your life is the only life that suffers when you hear the message from Spirit and you argue from your human standpoint about what you think is best for you. And Spirit is very clearly telling us, myself included, I'm not saying this shit is easy. Spirit is very clearly telling us the steps we need to take to make our life easier. Understand those you need to remember and let all others go. From this place, a new, vibrant you can emerge. But first, you must allow yourself time to reflect, go within to that inner place of peace, and bring forth that which you wish to be. End quote. This dragon appears when we need to take a long, hard look at ourselves and how we live, what we do, and more harshly, our behavior. None of the dragons are a pushover. They all demand that we take stock of ourselves, stop kidding ourselves, and are openly honest, and emergence is no different. He gets straight to the nitty-gritty and informs you that, quote, you are responsible for your life, your behavior, and your experiences, and more importantly, how you react to them, end quote. Grit and determination are the order of the day when this powerful dragon finds his way into your heart. He finishes with, quote, remember you are safe with me. That is 99.9% of why humans don't do the shit we need to do to get our life together. Because something within us says that thing over there, that new thing you're asking me to do is unsafe. This dragon is coming in with suggestions, support, help, energy. And one of the first things he says is, remember you are safe with me. Can we allow this dragon to wrap its wings around us, to remind us of how safe we are, so that in its supportive, safe arms, we can finally let go of the things that are not serving us? We can finally let those things fall away in 2025 so that we can step into 2026 with fresh energy. Your fears are nothing but paper tigers and figments of your imagination. Allow me to guide you as you find your balance and carve a new path. That's a beautiful message. A beautiful message. And that was so beautiful. I'm going to end there. I have some other oracle cards, but I'm not going to keep going. I'm going to end there and I'm going to move into the one card pull for audience members. Please also make sure you come back and join me on New Year's Eve so we get those one card pulls as well. I think I'm going to switch it up though. We're going to do oracle cards for the one card pulls for the first couple of ones. We'll see. We'll see. Spirit will tell me. Spirit is definitely telling me go to this deck, so we'll do that first. Okay, Jacqueline. I see that. Jacqueline, Nicole? Nicole, are you raising your hand as a pick me or because you have a comment? Oh, you're raising your hand as a pick me. Okay. Jacqueline, I am going to, where's Jacqueline? My screen keeps moving. Oh, there you are. Jacqueline, my screen is moving. My cards are in the wrong direction. What Spirit? Why did you tell me this deck and it's not the right way? Jacqueline, if you could please let me know who's up next. I'll let you and Spirit choose.
Okay, the first person, Callie.
Callie. Okay, I think my cards are right. Spirit, what does Callie need to know for this week? Your card. I cannot read it backwards, so I'm going to turn it. Thank you, universe, for helping me see beyond the limits of fear. Thank you for expanding my perception so that I can see what is of the highest good. Callie, that is your message. And with all of well, it starts off saying thank you. So let me remind us all once again, let's be grateful this week. It starts off saying thank you, universe. So let's just thank the universe in advance. What do you want to manifest this week? Pick one big thing off your list. I said big on purpose, even though I know no manifestations have size according to the universe. Pick one thing off your list that you want to manifest this week. And I want everybody right now to say thank you, universe, for it in advance of receiving it. That does so many things on a neurological level that I don't have time to share with y'all, but I want y'all to be thankful in advance. So, Callie, back to your message. It starts out being thankful. It says you're going to be able to see beyond the limits of fear. It says it's going to be able to see, you're going to be able to see beyond the limits of fear. Does it say that you will be able to take act? No, that's up to you. What do you do once you see what your life could be like if fear didn't exist? What you do is still going to be up to you. Expand your perception so that you can see what is in the highest good for yourself. That reminds me of the Ace of Wands, that new awareness being gifted to you so that you can see with more clarity. So that's going to be more emphatic for you this week, Callie. Be looking for it and then be asking Spirit, now what? Now what, Spirit? Guide my steps. All right, who's up next?
Haley is next.
Haley.
Haley.
On my screen. Haley, there we go. Love the hair, Haley. Your card. Let me hold it up. Again, I cannot read it. I am kind and loving toward others while creating clear boundaries that protect my good feeling emotions. So looks like boundary work is on the calendar for you this week. That protect my good feeling emotions. That last statement also carried a lot of weight for me. What I'm hearing from Spirit is try to stay in good feeling emotions as much as possible. I know as humans, we all say that that is our goal, but really pay attention to that this week. And then anytime you're not in a good feeling emotion, and it happens because we're humans, don't beat yourself up over it, but stop and ask yourself, is this a situation, this feeling of less than a good feeling emotion, was this caused because my boundary was crossed in any way? And then just pay attention. I feel like this is you paying attention to your boundaries and where they are getting crossed so that you can get a clearer idea of boundaries you might want to change or reposition. All right, who's up next?
Cooper is next.
Cooper. My vibes speak louder than my words. My vibes speak louder than my words. This is always true, 100% of the time, regardless of whether we are aware of it or not. That is always true. And so, Cooper, I know that you know that that's true. So this is a reminder, but also the message is pay attention to your vibes this week. You know that's true. It's not like this imparted some new wisdom for you, Cooper. This is more like we're reminding you of this because we really want you to pay attention to your vibes. And that goes true actually, that's true for everybody, especially at the end of the year or anytime we are collectively moved towards something. So at the end of the year, we're collectively moved towards making grand statements and speaking over our life in a positive way, right? We want to close out the year. We want to make good intentions for next year. I'm going to do this. I'm going to be more active. I'm going to eat right. We say a lot at the end of the year about what we want our next year to be. All of us need to really pay attention to where our vibes are sitting now. Are our vibes matching up with that? Are we saying I'm going to eat more healthy in 2026 as soon as I finish this bag of Oreos from 2025? And we're saying that as we're stuffing our mouth. Okay, guess what? Your vibes are not matching your action. So let's make sure our vibes are in alignment with our actions. Let's do, I think we can get one more.
Okay, Dee Dee is next.
Dee Dee, I surrender to a power greater than mine. I surrender to a power greater than mine, and there is a butterfly, and butterflies always signify transformation for me. If you are trying to transform or change something, surrendering to a power greater than mine. Surrender has so many connotations. So we're going to drop that word surrender and we're going to say connect. I think that feels gentler. As you try to transform, connect with a power that is greater than yours. And that will help you with that transformation and with your week.
Do you have time for one more or no?
I got time for one more, and then we'll do an activation.
Okay, that's for Nicole. Nicole is next.
Nicole Carson?
Yes.
Nicole. Now I'm seeing on my screen. Where are you, Nicole? There you are. Okay, here's your card. I don't know what it is. It's an owl.
Mm-mm.
I don't know about giving this message to Nicole. Uh-oh. This is dangerous to say to my friend Nicole. I do whatever it takes to get closer to consciousness.
Mm.
That means she's going to be dancing naked at the next full moon. This is why I say this is dangerous. If y'all know my friend Nicole saying do whatever it takes to get closer to consciousness, she will. I know she will. But Nicole, this is saying for you, I know you have a high privacy fence, so I'm not afraid of what you do on the full moons. But there's some holding back that you're doing. That's what I'm getting from this. I'm getting the what I do whatever it takes is being strongly emphasized from spirit because you know how to connect to consciousness, but it's to do whatever it takes. It feels like there's something that might be considered a little weird or a little, oh my God, I can't tell people what I've been doing in my kitchen with these herbs for the last 6 weeks, whatever it is. This is a chance for you to step out and be like, no, I do whatever it takes. Fuck you and your opinions. I'm connected. Now what? So it's that kind of energy. All right. Let's get activated. So we're going to do an energy activation to close things out. I'm going to remind you once again, Jacqueline, if you could jump over in the chat, the different places people can connect with me, but especially my website. My website for booking sessions, if you would like a one-on-one session or if you would like that report. Also, my website for finding all about what I'm going to be doing on New Year's Eve, signing up for that event, because it will send you reminders in the Zoom link. Also, I do have an event on the 1st too. So if you're not doing anything on the 1st, check that out. So you can find all of that on my website. Let's go ahead and do an energy activation. And this energy activation is going to be a couple of things. We're going to call in the energy of gratitude. So we're going to ask Spirit to help remind us of things that we can be grateful about in 2025. And then we're also going to call in that energy of releasing what's not serving us, letting go, putting on that violet cloak. All right. I invite you to close your eyes if that feels comfortable for you. Take a couple of deep breaths and really settle into this present moment. Let go of the growing list of things that you'll need to accomplish this week. Let go of whatever may have come before you getting connected to this call. And just be present right now in this moment. And as you sit in this moment, I want you to consciously and purposefully call to mind one thing that you are grateful for. Maybe it's a person, maybe it's a possession, maybe it's something more intangible. Hold that thought, focused on that one thing, and know that as you hold this focus, you are doing your part. You are holding up your end of the bargain. And now we're asking Spirit to do its part. Spirit, as I hold this singular point of focus on this thing that I am so grateful for, allow other things that match this frequency, this vibration, this thought pattern to come to mind. Remind me of all of the things that I can be truly grateful for from this past year and from my life as a whole. Just allow that energy, that magnetism to activate as you softly and slowly become aware of more things to become grateful for. Grateful for your life, grateful for your gifts, grateful for the lessons, grateful for this moment in time. And with all of this gratitude and all of these good feeling thoughts, set your intention that you will maintain this frequency throughout the week. And in maintaining this frequency, stepping back into this gratitude as often as possible, it will automatically release anything in your life that's not a match to it. You will automatically let go of and cut cords with and release any energetic ties to anything that is not a match to this good feeling energy. It will see its way out on its own. Your only job this week is to remain in gratitude and to let the universe match that energy and to let anything that is not a match to that energy to fall away on its own. Take a deep breath in and a slow exhale, knowing that you can return to this space of gratitude as often as you like throughout this week. When you feel ready, you can go ahead and open your eyes and come back to the room. And thank you all so much. And thank you for a wonderful 2025. And I hope I see you all on New Year's Eve and a lot more in the new year. Thanks, everyone. Have a wonderful rest of your Monday. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.